You guys, first of all, let me make this clear. These are not bad tears. They are pure joy. And no, I'm not all dolled up and I'm, um, in bed. I'll wait for a couple people to get on, but, um, man, I'm in some pain. And again, it's not negative. It's not, I threw my hip out about, I don't know, um, like a week ago or so, and it hurts. And then I'll be fine and I'm rocking and rolling, and then it hurts again. And so I'm just trying to lay down. We've got a huge wrap party at my house tonight, and let me know once you're on. Oh man. But I had this feeling that was just like burning, and I hate those feelings, but you just follow them. And I just had this feeling go live, and I was like, I don't want to go live. I don't want to go live. And it was like, you better go live. And I don't want to. You guys, I'm like shaking. Because in those moments, you know that there's somebody else that needs to hear this message. Whew. I've had this picture in my mind of what something is supposed to look like. Hey, Jean. And I've often wondered, like, why it doesn't look the way that I want it to. And like, my phone is shaking. I'm sorry, guys. And I don't understand why my picture doesn't look how I pictured. And I just wonder, am I doing something wrong? And then I always get reminded of a huge blessing or somebody, I feel like for every one thing that goes missing, 10 things come to the purpose, to the value, to my picture. And, we see we have this vision, we have this reason, we have this why, and we're missing a piece of the puzzle. And I get this piece, and all of a sudden my picture's starting to look how I wanted it to. And what I thought I had. And I'm so thankful, first of all. Like, again, like, I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when, like, somebody texts me something. Like, I'm just a big baby. But what happens when we get this picture and we're missing that piece? Hey, Karen. Hey, Stacy. And I just wonder, do we give up on the picture because we're missing the piece? Right? And I think of how many times we don't know what our picture's supposed to look like. But if we can trust the pieces that we're handed and the pieces that are taken, if we can trust in that, your picture will be so much better than you even thought or you even imagined. And my heart is filled with so much joy and transformation over the last couple weeks that I'm so thankful for everyone who's a part of our picture, and for all the pieces that we've been given that are now making sense. Whether that's the simplest things of gratitude. This morning I couldn't find my keys, and I had to take the kids, to school. I get to take the kids to school. I could not find my keys anywhere, and I was like, how am I going to take the kids if I do not have a car? How am I going to take these kids to school? It is 15 degrees outside. Like, I'm going to have to walk them the 1.5 miles that it is to school. And I thought, when was the last time that I was grateful for something so simple, like having a set of keys to run your car, okay? And it just stopped me in my tracks to think, oh my gosh, like, I have this car because of what we've done, because of the business that we're in. And let me tell you this, a car paid off feels so much better than a car in debt. And I thought, man, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. And then there's moments, we were, since Josh and I have gotten back from our mission trip, you guys, I'm telling you, like, my life has been changed. And I just want to go back every single day. I want to go back. I want to feel that again. And, for the simplest things, like I said, like a car, like something we get in and we take for granted every single day and someone else is praying for. And, we were asked to try to find sponsors for 10 kids once we got home. Now, mind you, Josh and I helped sponsor right around 20 kids before we even left our mission trip. And as the deadline came around, I had to have faith. I had to have faith that I knew we had 4 kids left the day of the deadline, which was yesterday. And I knew that if it's His will, it will be done. But right on that tipping point of the victories that we've had, or the gap between closing it, I wanted to give up. I wanted to be like, it's okay, look what we've done already. I can give up, I can quit. It's okay, I already have more than what I had at the beginning. We've already contributed so much. It's okay to fall short. It's okay to not keep going. It's okay. Everyone else does it, why can't I? Right? But I knew that was a test for me to say, are you going to keep going, or are you going to give up? Are you going to stick to what you said you were going to do, or are you going to allow the devil to come in? And so, I had faith. And I knew in that moment that I was either going to be grateful or I was going to get scared. And that's not who I am. I'm not a scared person. I'm actually quite fearless. But I knew that I can't do it alone. And I think oftentimes we all try to do things alone. And that's when it gets hard, or we feel weak, or we feel like we can't do things, or we feel, we feel the stress. We feel like things cannot come to us because we're trying to do it alone. But when we reach out, when you have that faith, when you have that burning desire that you're not going to quit, you're not going to give up, it doesn't matter what people do. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter how bad of a day you had. Something's going to pull you through it. And I was so worried that what if I fail them now? What if I can't find sponsors for these kids? Like, what if I can't finish this task that I said I would do? Alone I can't, but with Him I can. And so again, getting on the Zoom was not what I had planned, especially looking like a hot mess and so much pain from my hip. But in those moments, you just go, you just trust. And I think one of the biggest things I've learned over the last 4 years is just trusting. And that if that voice comes to you, you just listen. And so that's what I've done. I'm on here normally, like, my makeup's all done and I look cute, but it's just the reality of where we're at today. And I just want to say that when your picture doesn't look like you imagined, just find another piece. Whether that's your faith, whether that's your heart, whether that's your joy, you're missing a piece and you got to find that piece. And it feels so good. I think a big piece that I was missing was forgiveness. Whether that was to myself, for other people, whether that was not forgiving people that hadn't even done me wrong, sometimes we do that. And that forgiveness was just so needed before our picture started looking how I always imagined it to look. And it feels really good. It feels really, really good to know that the pieces are together, that we have that piece again, and the picture's starting to look, how it's supposed to look. And in the moment, I wasn't thankful for everything that we had, but this probably isn't even making sense. I don't know why I'm still talking. But in the moment, I didn't understand why things happen until you find that peace. And I don't know about you guys, but it hits you, like it hits you hard, and it's almost like your seatbelt just clicked, like you're getting ready to take off. And that seatbelt clicked in, and you're like, when you get ready to take off in an airplane, you're like, oh, my stomach's going to drop. Here we go. I'm at that feeling. I'm at that point. I'm at that tipping point. And I can't imagine what the next year is going to look like for Josh and I, and our team, and the business, and our babies. And, but I had to trust. I had to have faith. And it feels so good. In the moment going through some things, you're like, this doesn't feel good. But when you realize what it's worth and why, it feels really good. So anyways, thought I'd share that message with you guys. Again, I did not want to go live, but when that voice just comes to you, just kind of, okay, I'll do it, and I'll see what happens. So I love you guys.